I'm Matt, and this is Colin.
Hello.
And we're Speedmonkey, and we've both got an Audi TT. I haven't had an Audi before. Well, I've had an S4, but Colin's had a TT in the past. 225, and I saw his, which is a 3.2 V6, and I like that, so I bought one. I'm going to show you those in a minute. And then he's bought another one for spares, and these are all the bits and pieces on the floor, which I shall show you in a minute. And I'll just take you around what he's found about all the various different bits and bobs of what makes up a TT. So that one at the front is mine. 2004 3.2 V6. They're all four-wheel drive, these. It's got massive dead fly or something horrible on the front of it. That one there is Colin's. Colin's has got the proper wheels on. Mine doesn't have the V6 wheels on. Although he does have some that I can buy. But I've got to find the cash. And then he bought this one. And what was wrong with it?
DSG gearbox fault.
DSG gearbox fault. How much was it?
It was £2,300. After a mile it reverts to neutral. Won't drive. Maybe something like a temperature sender. But
so it's basically, it was cheap. What year was it?
it's 2004, 53 plate.
So they're all 2004, I think. And basically it was knackered. So he's bought it and he's got plenty of room to keep it on his drive. And well, let's have a look at all the bits and bobs and see what makes up the TT. Oh look, the door's open, we can have a look. So pretty much this is just the shell. The interior's been sold, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's all the seats.
The exhaust is put on his own car. So when you're left just the shell, there's not a great deal in there. It's immensely complicated. But you take a look now at what's come out of a TT. This is amazing, and it's amazingly heavy as well. So basically it's sold some bits and pieces, but apart from the Honda VFR there, this is what is inside a TT. That's the roof, headlining. That's the wiring loom. How heavy do you reckon the wiring loom is?
Probably 30-40 kilos. That's the engine, that's the car wiring loom. This is just the engine wiring loom. All the sensors, there's current pack tops. There's probably 15 sensors on the engine.
It's amazing. And this was all through the car. It was under the carpets and just everywhere. So that's all completely gone. That, I was amazed to find out. Tell me exactly, do you know what's it called? It's basically the air conditioning and heating.
The heater and air conditioning unit. So your pipes come in there for your heat, and then your air conditioning pipes come in there to cool. It flapped.
It's not particularly heavy, that part, but it is massive.
5-6 kilos.
5-6 kilos, right. That's your radiator for your engine. So here's the engine itself and the gearbox. This is a DSG automatic gearbox. So there's your engine. So that's your V6 3.2.
It's a staggered, it's not a proper V as such, it's a staggered V. So you've got your pistons in a line, but the staggered angle. Yeah. If that makes any sense.
And there's your DSG gearbox, which has got what we think is an electronic fault, but it's going to sell that. All of these parts are on eBay at the moment. But then the other aspects of the drivetrain is... It goes
side of the gearbox, side of the engine to the gearbox. Back of the engine is then the transfer box, which transfers power. Left drive shaft, right drive shaft.
That's at the front.
Drive to the back. That
That
sits behind
then
the engine.
Then you've got the prop shaft here, which goes all the way, and then that over there.
That is the rear Haldex unit. So there's a clutch in there that operates. So that's permanently spinning at the same speed as the front wheels. And the clutch in there only opens when it senses wheel slip at the front.
So the prop shaft permanently spins.
And then it sends power to the back wheels, only when it needs so.
That was the exhaust there. These things are from within the cabin. They're grab bars. There's your radiator with fans. But some of the other components, all of this is heavy stuff. That's the alternator, isn't it?
Alternator. Air conditioning.
Air conditioning. So as well as that, for your heating and aircon, you've got this, which is that's really heavy. That's your starter motor, isn't it?
Starter motor, power steering pump.
Power steering pump. Again, these things are not light. What's that?
ABS pump.
ABS pump. You were showing me last night all the different parts of the alarm. So basically
That's the alarm siren in the rear, just behind the rear wheel arch on the passenger side.
Then that's part of the alarm.
That is some sort of sensor attached to the body. I think it senses when the car's the height of the car, so if it's gonna spin over.
Yeah. And that's a tilt sensor you said for the ABS.
No, that's for the brake. That's on the brake pedal sensor.
Right. It's amazing the things that. Obviously your airbox is here. What's that? Oh, we've got the dashboards. We've got the dash somewhere.
Dashboard's in the loft. We've got the steering wheel. Is the airbag unit.
There's the airbag off the steering. You've got an airbag in the steering wheel.
This is the passenger side airbag. It destroys the dashboard.
So it completely knackers the dashboard when it goes off.
Can't post these. So
which is why these
items are for sale with the dashboard as a complete kit.
Which is why he's selling all of this, because you know if someone's airbag goes off just by accident, then these pieces are quite valuable. Dash pod, and the little electronic display goes sometimes. So that's worth a few quid. Then you've got the center console thing here.
Bose amplifier.
It's the amplifier, is it, for the stereo?
Yep.
So it's a good stereo actually. It's a good sound, and they're all largely the same. These cars. They tend not to come with lots of different options. Obviously, being 10 or so years old, it's still using bulbs. There's no LEDs, but yeah, this is the bucket. That's the bucket of bolts and nuts and things that has come out of it. That's heavy in itself. That's a good 5 or 6 kilos. So that's pretty much what makes up. You've seen the shell outside, an Audi TT. Say bye.
Bye bye.